Hello, hello, everyone. This is another bow tie business spotlight. And today with me, I have Charles Brewer, who is the owner and operator of Stur 22 and Stur Fast. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How you doing, Paul?
Not too bad. Last few videos, I talked about the snow and everything like that. I didn't think I would be talking about -20 weather in Nebraska. I,
I know
I don't think this is a very common thing. So,
my car almost didn't start today.
oh, really? Geez.
Yeah,
I know. I know later today I'll be doing that automatic start, and oof, I I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So I hear you. Well, yeah. So we'll just jump right into it. So
okay.
tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Okay. Well, my name is once again Charles Brewer. I was originally born in West Africa, Liberia. Came to the States when I was about 7 years old. I was raised in Texas, and then lived in Nebraska. Went to college up here. Uh, got married up here. Had some kids up here. Just decided to stay in Nebraska, pretty much.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So yeah,
And then about your businesses, because you have two, like I said,
yes.
Stir 22 and Stir Fast. So tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, so Stur 22 opened in August 2017. I actually wanted to open a cocktail lounge. Me
Okay.
being originally from Texas, especially Dallas Fort Worth area, the nightlife is a is a good scene. Let's just
Yep.
say that. So I wanted to open a something similar to a nightlife. I wanted to bring in some kind of Texas in there, so that's what I want to open the cocktail lounge. But talking to a consultant, he was like, "You need to do food." And he was looking at my bio and saw that I'm from Africa. He's like, "You need to do African food on top of that, African and Caribbean food on top of that, because it's unique. It's not much in Lincoln. It'll do pretty well, I think." So I'm like, an African Caribbean lounge. It does not sound exciting at all, but a roll of dice and actually decided to go with it. And then 2017 is when we officially opened, August 4th, 2017.
Gotcha.
And Stur Fast came along. That opened August 28th, 2020. Yeah, last year.
Okay.
So it's fairly new. I wanted to create something less than a restaurant lounge scene, more for the college students and more for the working class. When they take the lunch and whatnot. So I wanted to be on Old Street or downtown at least. So I created a concept of Stir Fast, which is like a create your own bowl in a
Okay. Yeah.
Caribbean and African type of style. So it's almost like Chipotle. We don't have the food line. That's the only one difference. But we create your own bowl where you start with a base, you pick an entree, you pick two toppings, any additional toppings $1 more, and then you pick a sauce. And we put it all on one bowl pretty much. So that concept in the $10 to $17 range. So that concept was catering to more of the college students and the working lunch crowd.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the two restaurants, they're located where?
So Stir 22 is 2110 Winthrop Road, 33rd and South Street, pretty much. And then Stir Fast is 1320 Old Street. So 13 and Old Street, pretty much.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So you kind of touched a little bit about like, how you got into the business or whatnot. You kind of wanted to open up kind of a, s- a lounge-esque nighttime scene. And
Yeah.
I lived in Texas for a little bit, so I know exactly what you're talking about and everything like that. And so
Mhm.
they kind of told you, you incorporate that a little bit, but go more heavy on the food side and whatnot. So the thing I would actually be curious about is when it comes to the food and everything like that, did you have a background in the food? Like, do you have people that like, had that background that make it for you? How did, if you wanted to do more of like a nighttime lounge and then you shifted kind of more to the food side, where's that food background and things like that?
So being that well, first the focus was still more cocktail lounge than food. When we first opened, there was pretty much, I think, about four, five, six items on the menu and
Okay.
about 3 to 4 sides. So it was a very light menu, but I had a pretty extensive cocktail list.
Okay.
when I've started, and it's always been that way.
Okay.
The food just got good, so where it kind of made that transition to more food than liquor or alcohol, rather. But food was always been the minimum. It was because
Okay.
that's didn't want to focus on. But being that I'm originating for West Africa, Liberia, my mom, you know, kind of self-taught me how to cook her items. I'm a mama's boy, so I've always been in the kitchen with her since I was
Same
been
here.
young, so when I some of the dishes that she showed me, I was pretty much familiar with. But it's made different the way she do it and the way I do it. So I put a little more or less emphasis on the way we cook our food is a big pot with a lot of different types of meats,
Okay.
and in the States, not everybody like to have pork with chicken or fish or whatever the case is. So I had to kind of fine tune it or modernize it to where maybe getting one or two different meats, maybe no meats at all, maybe a vegan or vegetarian option, a lot of different changes. But there's the basics to start off with from her, and then I kind of put my spin to it.
Okay.
And the reason why Caribbean came because Caribbean they use almost the same spices, same herbs, same all the dishes that we or ingredients that we use is almost the same as what they're doing in Jamaica, uh, Trinidad, Tobago, things of that nature. So it would only make sense to include Caribbean because that's what everybody know. They go to Jamaica, they're familiar with Jamaican food and stuff like that. And so I had a few couple of Jamaican friends who kind of self taught me the basic also, and same thing, put my little spin to it because I'm not Jamaican. So put my little spin to it to kind of create Jamaican, but Charles Jamaican, So that's one
Okay.
of the reasons why I call it Caribbean instead of Jamaican, because Caribbean is kind of catering to everything and it's not just a specific.
Yeah. Gotcha. I really like that. The Charles special of the African and Caribbean type foods.
Right, right,
That's
right.
that's got a good ring to it. So what we'll do now is Charles is actually going to share his screen here.
All right. So this is the website for Stir 22. Here's our logo here. Normally there's a big dining picture in the front. I always like to post our picture in the front. Not sure why it's there, but I will add that later. Um, but pretty much this is about us, how it came about. As I stated, we wanted to open a cocktail lounge, uh, and then the food part came. So that's what we decided to do, a Caribbean African cocktail lounge serving some amazing food. So if we go on top, next is our list. We start with appetizers, our jerk chicken. We've won many awards from our jerk chicken. And then we have curry. We got our plantains. The blackened shrimp is our amazing too. Also, we have some salads option, all focusing on a Caribbean African type of salads. We have some amazing street tacos. And then we go to the entrees. Most entrees comes with a rice and a side. Being that I'm from Africa, rice is kind of the base for everything. That's everything we start off for rice. So everything has rice and side. This is the African side. We have a red sauce. It's a thick red stew, so we can put anything in it, from chicken to pork to fish. And then we have the pasta, which is our one of our most famous dishes. And you can pretty much select a variety of different types of meat that goes with that, including the vegetarian option. We do have a couple of kids meal that we add. We can't forget about the kids. So we do have a couple of kids meal that we add in there. And then we have a sampler plates, which are kind of portions for large groups, 2 to 3 people and 4 to 5 people. Just a good way to also experiment with a variety of different items if you're new. So I definitely would recommend go with the sample option if it's 2 to 3 y'all, or if it's 4 to 5, go with the larger, the super sampler. Rice, here's one of our sides. So like I say, every entree comes with a rice option. These are the rice that you're starting off with. Then here's our sides. And then we have a couple of desserts, butter rum cheesecake and coconut cheesecake. I'm not specialized in dessert. I don't do desserts. So we actually got these from High Society Cheesecake. They specialize our cheesecake for us. And they do a real good job. Both of them are amazing cheesecake. So we have our drinks, variety of different drinks, cocktails. We have about 10 different cocktails, um, from mojitos to mules to a variety of different things. We have a beer, a few beers on tap, a few bottled beers, and then we do co-products. We have a pretty decent wine list. So the wine list, we have some South African. Most African wine is going to be from South Africa, so we do have some few South African wines, reds and whites, and yeah. So then you can order online. That's another option we can do. You can order online, and then after that, uh, we have specials. So Tuesday is our Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is kind of like a date night that we do, a 3-course meal date night. Thursday we do our wing night, 95-cent wings. And then we have our normal specials on Friday and Saturday, but then later that night, this is where the nightlife come in. We do a variety of different night events after 10 p.m. So Friday we do a Latin night, and then Saturday we do an African Caribbean night. And it does draw a pretty decent amount of crowd. You know, we have a small space so we can fill it up in there. But it is just a great way to kind of be more livelier. As I stated, you know, I wanted to do a cocktail lounge. I didn't really want to focus on food as much. So this is where that kind of ties in. And then Sunday we do it's as a Sunday fun day where the samplers are on discounts for $5. Catering options, and pretty much the catering is all items, our dishes that we have. There's 3 types of packages that you can go from. But pretty much you pick your rice options, you pick your entrees. You can do the Caribbean side, the African side. We have some vegan, and then we have some sides. Events, once again, it's what I kind of just talked about. Gallery, just a list of pictures that we kind of like. Here's the inside of Stur 22. Actually, that's what's supposed to be in the front. Green is kind of our theme. Green, black, and blue is kind of our color. And just a variety of different pictures kind of show the items, kind of show the food, things, decorations, and things of that nature. So contact us. We're located on 2110 Winthrop Road, 805-4579, and info@stur22lounge.com. Hours of operation, we're closed on Monday, for Friday and Saturday, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m., and Tuesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Stur Fast, that's the inside of it, as you can see. Kind of say a little bit about us, how it was created for our downtown college students and our lunch crowd. Our logo is stirring the pot fast. For Stur 22 Lounge is actually stirring the pot. Food, once I say, is customize your own bowl. So we have 3 different types of bowls. We have the regular bowl, the large bowl, and the extra large bowl. Everything starts with a base. Then you go to your protein. Then you go to your sauce, and then you go to your toppings. We still have the desserts, coconut cream and rum butter from High Society, and Nooney's fudge cake is what we just added to it. They got amazing fudge, and they're right next door to us almost. So we add that in there too as well. Drinks, we focusing on more of the ready to serve type of drinks. So we have Coke products in cans. We have Jumex products in cans. We do have some fruit juices, Tropical Rhythm, Calypso, ginger beer in bottles. And then we have a few selection of alcohol beverages and things of that nature. Bottled beer, Heineken, Red Stripe, Modelo. So yeah, that's what we focus on too. We do have alcohol, not a large portion, because once again, it's meant to be a fast casual, where it's mostly grab and go. Order online if you choose to. Little pictures of some galleries, I guess, that we can show up close and personal. So there's kind of the bowl. This is our brown sauce steak bowl that you can kind of look at and see. And then from there, this is our blackened shrimp bowl. This is just a regular salad bowl. What is that one? That one is just a curry chicken bowl. And there goes some more pictures, just some more to look through. It's what we're showing, things like that. All right. So then catering, oh, there we go. Catering is our next option. So you can pick from any type. You start with your base, you start with your protein, you start with your toppings, and go to your sauces. So catering is something that we do often too as well. And then we can be contacted 1320 Old Street, Stur Fast African Caribbean Grill, 402-937-7126, info@sturfast.com. Here's our hours. Closer to the springtime, we're going to extend that on Thursday and Friday, Saturday till 11. But for right now, we're just 11 a.m. to 9, closed on Sunday. So that is it for our website.
I I see a lot of things that I'm definitely going to have to try because some of those food pictures, I haven't ate, in a bit today, so they were making my mouth water a lot. And I'm a big, I grew up on a farm, here in Nebraska, and coleslaw is a huge thing, with my
Oh,
heritage, Czech heritage and stuff like that. And I saw that mango pineapple coleslaw,
it's
and
amazing.
my obviously my
It's
video wasn't
amazing.
shared, but my eyes, like, I just like lit up like crazy because I'm just like, okay, that's probably a side I'm gonna have to try many times because
It's really good. You
oh
won't be disappointed with our pineapple mango coleslaw.
oh I know. The moment I saw that, I was like, yep, like definitely gonna get that for sure. Well, what we'll do here is move into kind of the ending questions and whatnot. Something I always ask people is there something you're looking forward to, later this year, whether it's with your businesses or here in Lincoln?
I think right now is just waiting to open things up. That's kind of this year we're taking it. I unfortunately, I opened during the pandemic. I opened last year August. Should have waited. I'm kind of an impatient guy. I don't like to wait too much. So when I open up, there was my projections was totally off of what I projected in regards to sales and everything.
Mhm.
So just trying to hang in there this year and just see when things open up. I think it will. I think things will start opening up closer to the summer.
Mhm.
So just trying to. I haven't had that large rush that they say downtown is when it happens, especially during a Husker game day. So that's what I'm kind of prepping for.
Okay.
That's what I'm kind of waiting for. So that's it. Just going through the motions this year, see how things do for both of our concept, and then from there try to grow some more. We wanna try to open as much as we can. African Caribbean I think is really kind of in regards to the food industry is not much going on with it. Not a lot of people know, especially in the Midwest. It can be tough to. It was a learning curve for me because when I first opened, I was expecting a line at the door. It didn't come. So just try to get more learning that the food is palatable, and a lot of people think it's spicy. Yes, it is. It is, but it's more flavor than spice, and it's all about how you make it, and it's all about how you prepare it. So just try to get more awareness, and just try to go through it this year, and just try to be successful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of the spices you talked about and that were in your foods and stuff like that are actually some of my favorites that I use all the time. And so, being somebody that's, like I said, I grew up on a farm, Midwest. I mean, I'm your stereotypical, farm boy is what they would
Yeah.
call me. And those spices are some of my favorite. And I mean, what I would tell a lot of people is back up what you said. Like, there's a difference between something being spicy and then just something having a good spice.
Right.
And so those can be tamed. And so the spices are so vibrant and so rich that it doesn't need to be paired with anything. You don't need a ton of condiments and stuff like that on it. Like,
Right.
enjoy those spices because those spices are what made some of the most famous food what they
Hmm.
are around the world. And so I feel like we're very fortunate to have your type of restaurants and stuff like that here because you know, if you weren't here, if you didn't open this up, we may never have had, something like this here. So, I mean, I know a lot
Right.
of people, appreciate that you are bringing that culture here. And so, Charles, I want to thank you so much for doing this bow tie business spotlight with me. And hopefully, it warms up here so you can get some more foot traffic into the restaurants. But
All right.
with that, I appreciate it a lot, my man.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
No problem.